Hey guys, Noah from Stage 3 Motorsports out here today with the Fury Country Hunter mud terrain tires. We're going to give you an on-road and off-road review of these to give you a full spectrum idea of how these work. But first, make sure you head down below, hit subscribe, and also click the little notification bell so you don't miss out when we put up a new video. So the Fury Country Hunter MT is one of the newer tires to the market in the last couple of years, and it's a pretty true to form mud terrain. You can see it's got some large siping, big tread blocks, some sidewall action here. It definitely is aggressive and has that off-road appearance to it. And as far as driving it on the road, it's definitely a mud terrain. You know it's there. With a lot of people shopping for tires, you're gonna be looking either between a mud terrain like this or an all-terrain. And all-terrains are typically a little bit quieter and a little more tame on the road at the expense of losing that off-road capability. Whereas this is obviously a lot more off-road focused and loses some of that on-road capability. Now, realistically, with a tire like this, you're probably not super focused on what the off-road capability is going to be. And Fury knows that as well, because what their big sales pitch is with this tire is that it's going to come in a lot more useful sizes for larger wheels and deep dish wheels. What we have here is a 35 1250 22 with our 22-inch fuel forged wheel. So it's a pretty wide setup and pretty unique. It's something that's a little bit more aimed for a lifted street truck like what we have with our 2017 F-150. And so these tires are a better fit for that, to give it that aggressive look and also be something that we can fit on a wheel like this. Whereas other tire manufacturers don't necessarily have these kinds of sizes available. If you guys are interested in what tire sizes Fury might have available for your truck, you can click the little pop-up link above me and that'll shoot you to our video that goes a little more in depth on what Fury's technical specs are. So jumping into the on-road review, we actually just spent about 200 miles road tripping with these tires on this truck, and we spent some time running around town and through parking lots and everywhere else to get a really good feel for how these operate on a daily basis. Now, like I said, these are pretty true to form mud terrain, so they are definitely loud, and if you're coming from just a regular highway tire or what came on your truck from factory, you're gonna notice it for sure. There is a little bit of vibration that comes through the truck just from having such large tread lugs, and that's not too uncommon amongst other tires. But as far as the sound is concerned, personally, these are probably not the best on the market. I feel like the howling is a little obnoxious with these and has kind of a higher pitched tone to it that can be a little bit annoying on the highway. Obviously, with newer trucks, you're gonna have a little bit more sound insulation in the cab. Depending what size you run, you may have different experiences and a little less sound from it, but overall, that's gonna be something you're gonna wanna look out for with these tires. If you guys have Fury tires on your truck or you're running any other mud terrain, make sure you leave us a comment and let us know what your experiences are with the sound or how you feel about those tires on the road. With all that being said, the big advantage here is still that Fury provides a tire that'll fit this kind of wheel setup, and for a truck like this, it's gonna be pretty much a perfect fit for how we have it dialed in with our 6-inch lift and these fuel wheels. While we do sacrifice some in the way of sound and on-road performance and the general feel, it does give us a really nice look, and it's hard to deny that this truck is pretty awesome when it rolls into a parking lot. With all of our on-road time out of the way, we're gonna take a chance now to run off into the woods, spend a little time on some forest roads, some gravel, rockier terrain, and really get a feel for how these tires perform in a little bit more rugged scenario. So we've had a couple hours now to run around off-road out here in Williams, Arizona, and get a sense for how these tires work on sort of the groomed forest roads, some of the backwoods trails, the rocky areas, and really just feel what they do on those different terrains. With these being a mud terrain tire, we anticipated that they'd do pretty well traction-wise out here, and that seems to be the case. They are a 35 1250 22, so that gives them kind of a skinny sidewall, and that does mean that they're a bit stiffer, and we don't really have an option to air them down. So that does affect the ride quality a bit off-road, but that being said, even aired up and kind of just at the highway pressures, they still operate fine and get pretty good traction on the loose rock and the dirt. We also used it for climbing a little bit steeper grades and some stuff that had a little bit more loose rock underneath it, and it feels like they grab decent, and you don't have to worry too much about punctures or issues with things going, especially through the main parts of the tread, but the sidewalls as well have a little bit thicker knobs on there to protect it. So while this is still a skinnier sidewall tire and isn't necessarily ideal for that, if you're just trying to get back to your favorite camp spot or to a lake that you like to fish at, it'll hold up for that without any problems. If your intent is to hit a lot more extreme terrain and do some heavier trail driving and rock crawling, and you want to have the ability to air down, then Fury's tires may not be the perfect fit for what you're looking for. And obviously what they sell is something that's going to fit with a wheel that's this style. If you have a different style wheel, then you'll have a little bit different range of mud terrain tires that you could fit, or all terrains that you could fit, that may give you a bit better off-road performance for what you do. But to get the look and the feel that we wanted on this truck, they work pretty much perfectly for what we need. If you guys want to check out more info on these Fury tires or get a set for your truck, we'll have links down in the description that you can shoot over to our site and pick up a set for yourself, and we'll see you guys next time.